Embrace the possibilities, ignite innovation, and embark on a journey where knowledge converges and brilliance emerges. A very warm good morning, good evening to one and all present here. We welcome you all on behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Tokachi Institute of Science and Technology, Kochi, Kerala, to the inaugural ceremony of the 6-day AICTE ATAL Online FDP on Next-Gen Intelligence, HPC, Applied AI, and Data Science. Tokachi International was found during the First World War by Reverend Tabby Clayton, an army chaplain in Belgium. Talbot House, as the house was called, or Tokachi, in signalized code for T and H, provided a haven of rest and refuge for the wounded and sick soldiers. The Tokachi movement in India began in Kochi in 1972. It extended humanitarian and charitable services to the society. Later on, Tokachi entered the educational field and is presently running numerous schools, and Tokachi Institute of Science and Technology Kochi is its Silver Jubilee project. Tokachi Institute of Science and Technology, established in 2002, amidst a lush green landscape in Kochi, Kerala, the God's own country. It is one of the most sought-after professional institutions in Kerala, attracting extremely talented engineering and management students. The institute is approved by All India Council for Technical Education AICTE and is affiliated to APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, Kerala. We are also accredited by NAC, NBA accredited programs in civil engineering, computer science and engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, and safety and fire engineering. And we are also certified under ISO certification, which ensure top quality learning environment. The institute also offers BTech programs in robotics and automation engineering, electrical and computer engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, information technology, and also MTech programs in construction engineering and management, data sciences courses for regular as well as working professional students, and also the MBA program. The Department of Computer Science and Engineering is very proud to welcome you all to the FDP session sanctioned under the ATAL scheme. And the department is functioning since 2002 in this under this institution. And we have total of BTech 20 batches completed and 15 batches completed in our MTech program. We are accredited by NBA in 2017 for the first time, re-accredited in 2023 for next 3 years. We are working under KTU, the APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, Kerala. We welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony, which is hosted by Tokachi Institute of Science and Technology, the FDP program, Next Gen Intelligence, HPC, Applied AI and Data Science, under the thrust area Advanced Computing, Supercomputing, AI and Data Science. The FDP is run from 8 to 13 September 2025. Our chief guest for the day is Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, Director, Network Design and Planning, Satellite Connectivity, Skylo, Finland. We are immensely proud to welcome you all to the Faculty Development Program, and as we commence on this learning journey, let us take a moment for a silent prayer invoking the blessings of the Almighty.
Next, I would like to invite Dr. Srila Sridhar, FDP Coordinator and Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Tokachi Institute of Science and Technology, to deliver the welcome address.
respected chief guest, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed resource persons, my colleagues, and dear participants from across the country. Warm greetings and good evening to all of you from Tokaj. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the AICTE ATAL sponsored 6-day online faculty development program on Next Gen Intelligence, HPC, Applied AI, and Data Science, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Tokaj Institute of Science and Technology. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, Director, Network Design and Planning, Satellite Connectivity, Skylo, Finland. Sir, we are thankful for your presence and we look forward to your insightful inaugural address. We are truly privileged to have you with us today and we warmly welcome you to be part of this important academic initiative. I extend a warm and cordial welcome to Mr. Kurian Thomas, Manager, Tokaj Public School Society. Sir, we are grateful for your constant encouragement and support.
Thank you, ma'am.
I also extend my respectful welcome to Professor Dr. Preeti Teket, the Principal of Tokaj. Madam, your visionary leadership continue to inspire us.
Thank you.
I take this opportunity to extend a special and heartfelt welcome to all the HODs and Deans of Tokaj for their continued support. A special note of welcome to Ms. Elizabeth Jacob, FDP Co-Coordinator, Dr. Vishwanath, and Dr. Sajid for their committed efforts in coordinating this program. I also warmly welcome all the faculty members and staff of our institution whose dedication and teamwork make the organization of this FDP possible. A warm welcome to all distinguished resource persons who will be guiding us during the 6-day journey. Finally, my heartfelt greetings to the nearly 300 participants joining us from all corners of India. Your presence adds immense value to this program and makes it truly national in character. Dear participants, I encourage you to actively participate, interact, and make the most of this learning opportunity. We sincerely express our gratitude to AICTE ATAL for their generous sponsorship and continuous support. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to everyone and wish you all a highly enriching and successful FDP. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. To brief us about the FDP, now I invite Ms. Elizabeth Jacob, FDP Co-Coordinator and Associate Professor, to share the details of the 6-day program.
Good evening, all of you. So we are so thankful to AICTE. Last week, we had hosted AICTE Vani workshop for enriching the learning in our mother tongue, Malayalam. And last week, we were very happy to continue with that particular session. And continued with that, Tokaj is immensely proud to conduct a 6-day online faculty development program titled Next Gen Intelligence, HPC, Applied AI and Data Science under the adult program for the year 25-26. The FDP aims to introduce faculty members and professionals to emerging paradigms in high-performance computing, artificial intelligence, and data science. The workshop is scheduled to take place from 8 to 13 December 2025 in online mode and generally planned from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. approximately. The program coordinators for this event are Dr. Srila Sridhar and Associate Professor Elizabeth Jacob. About the 300 participants from across the country had registered for the FDP. The sessions are planned as follows. We have in total 13 sessions planned from 8 to 13th. The day one starts today with a session by Mr. Praveen M. Vijayan, the solution architect from IBM Kochi, that is about the introduction to supercomputing and AI, followed by session on data science for decision making by Mr. Sherry Thomas, Director of IoT Solution, Gadgeon Systems Kochi. Day two sessions will be starting with the fundamentals of NLP and generative AI by Dr. Shailesh Sivan, Associate Professor, QUSAT Kochi. Then we will be unlocking the power of data, understanding data science and its role in AI by Dr. Anand T, an expert from industry, research scientist in Origin Medical Research Lab, Bangalore. The day three sessions will be led by Mr. Abhijit S. Pillai, Senior Implementation Engineer, 60 Technologies, Bangalore, who will be talking on understanding large language models, LLMs, and also how to fine-tune LLMs and what are the techniques and tools to be employed on this. Day 4 will be handled by Mr. Lominjoy on object detection using single shot algorithms. He is a senior project engineer from IIT Palakkad. Then this session will be followed by a session on emerging trends in AI and computing, led by Mr. Anishas Nair, who is a co-founder and CEO of Logic Space Technologies, Kochi. The day 5 of the FDP will be handled by Miss Dr. Soni P on this topic, Agentic AI. She is a more assistant professor in Model Engineering College, Kochi. Then the session next to that will be applications of ML in semiconductor industries, which will be handled by an eminent professor from IIT Guwahati, Dr. Chandan Karfa. The last day of the FTP, we will be starting from 2 p.m. onwards, and the first session for the day will be hardware for AI, which will be handled by Dr. Kalais, who is again an eminent academician from Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kottayam, followed by a session on high performance computing and AI powering scalable intelligence, which will be led by our on-site expert, Mr. Jibin Jos, who is the Director of Business Development, Side Group, Netherlands. The last session of the FTP will be AI in healthcare, which will be led by Dr. Jinesh Ahmed, again an expert from Computer Science Department, Higher Colleges of Technology, Dubai, and he's also having immense experience in AI from the British University. So the FTP is a mix of sessions from academicians as well as the industry experts. And the important things to be noted by the participants is that the mandatory requirements for getting certified is as follows. We must have an attendance of 80%. So participants, please try to log in using the registered email ID to track the attendance properly. And then on the final day of the FTP, we'll be having an assessment which can be taken from the AICTE ATAL website itself, and not that we have to score 70% or above to get certified. And this is on the last day, 13/12/2025, and the questionnaire will be activated by 6:30 p.m. And there is also a reflection journal to be completed on the FTP, and we'll be sharing that with the participants shortly. And finally, we have to complete a feedback in AICTE portal after the final day of the FTP sessions. So those are the mandatory requirements for getting certified. And we are so thankful to AICTE and ATAL for sanctioning this proposal for conducting the FTP. And also we welcome more than 300 participants from across the country who have joined to learn from the expertise of our resource persons. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for the detailed insights about the program. On the behalf of Turkish, we are delighted to welcome Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, a highly accomplished director and strategic technology leader to our event. Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan is a highly accomplished director and strategic technology leader renowned for driving commercial breakthrough in the next generation wireless networking. As a director at Skylo, the Anand provided critical leadership and oversight for the network team, successfully designing and launching the world's first commercially operating satellite direct-to-device network leveraging geostationary satellites. The commercial success of this network is evidenced by its adoption as the core backbone enabling D2D messaging and emergency SOS capabilities for leading consumer devices, including the Google Pixel 9 and 10 smartphones, the Pixel Watch 4, and the Samsung Galaxy S25 series. Previously, during his influential tenure at Nokia, Anand directed the development of pioneering solutions at Network Evolution. He delivered the industry's foundational machine learning applications for Open RAN traffic steering, a significant innovation that drove data-driven performance optimization and substantial operational expenditure reduction within carrier networks. Sir, we request you to kindly inaugurate the FDP and address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. It's not very often you hear kind words from others. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks to Tokic. Thanks to Sridhar for extending this opportunity to speak in this forum. Thank you to all the participants who are present here today. I hope you find this interesting. I have been asked to speak about next generation intelligence and its three pillars, basically high performance computing, applied AI, and data science. So usually when you talk about these terms, right, it seems magical. You talk about cloud and you think you're talking about a celestial being. You talk about big data, you envision an oracle that cannot lie. You talk about neural links, it's like a biological extension of yourself. But from my experience of building actual infrastructure that transfers this intelligence from radio towers on the ground to satellites in the orbit, I see it in a different way. I see this as plumbing. And this plumbing right now is under immense pressure. I'll try to elaborate on why I think so. There's a big gap. There's a widening gap between the theoretical promise of AI and the physical reality of deploying it. If you consider a lab, AI is infinite in lab, but when you bring it to the field, it's constrained by battery life. It's constrained by the laws of physics. It's constrained by thermal throttling. Real world is messy. So the challenge is how do we fuse these three pillars? How do we fuse these aspects of HPC, data science, and applied intelligence to bridge that gap? And if we don't do that, if we don't bring this together, then we are not necessarily building intelligence. We are just building heaters, super expensive heaters or heat generators. So let's. I would like to tell you what I think about HPC. So right now we are in an era of massive. There's massive compute requirements for training. There's intense resource crunch. There is a lot of power requirements. We are talking about gigawatts of power, and all this to train clusters of Blackwells and H100s. What's happening is the more we push this, the more we start increasing this demand, you see different ideas that come out. So now people are talking about orbital data centers. So you're thinking about launching data centers in space, utilize the sun's energy, utilize the cool around in space to solve the thermal issues. But then that's a beautiful vision. I'm super excited to see where that goes. But there is a paradox of applied AI on Earth right now. And that it essentially means we are training on nuclear power plants, but we are deploying that on a watch battery. So there's a fundamental disconnect there. In academia and in research, we look for accuracy. We are focusing on accuracy. We say that our models are 99.9% accurate. But in industry, success is defined more by efficiency and utility. So for me, for example, the question of how smart your model is, it's not that relevant. I know the models are smart. What really matters to me is, can this run on a low power ARM Cortex processor without melting the device? That's what I'm looking for. And I think we are essentially talking about an elephant that has to be squeezed into a Mini Cooper. It's not an easy thing. It's easy to say all these things, but in ground reality, getting something done in this space, it just means that we have a lot of computing power. We'll soon have a lot of computing power. We will have all the energy that we need to train super models, super intelligent models. But we should also think about where we run these models and think about the power budget requirements of running these models. We're not talking about gigawatts or megawatts. We're talking about milliwatts and kilowatts. So that's my view on HPC. Then when we talk about data science, uh, so I started actively using data for machine learning around 7-8 years back. I don't do that anymore, but at that point, I was very happy when I have a very clean data set, because my objective at that point is not to clean the data. I'm looking for an annotated, clean data set. I'm trying to derive inferences from that. I want to fine tune my parameters, and I see very credible results that can be repeated. Fantastic. That works in a classroom. But then in real world, let me give you this example. There was a company a couple years back that was a major real estate giant, a major real estate tech giant, just like similar to Uber. They had a platform, aggregator platform called Zillow. So what they used to do is they used to buy properties from the market. You could just post your property for sale there. They would give you a price. They buy that from you, and then they remodel it and flip it in the market. So by having an aggregated platform, there was a huge demand for this platform. You cut all the middlemen, and you're able to get fast returns on that. The company grew. They had a large data set of houses that were bought, sold. They had a huge data set of the property characteristics: what square age, how many rooms, what kind of power requirements, what kind of neighborhoods, etc. Then they started to move towards AI. They launched a platform called iBuying, and they immediately forecasted their growth to be around $20 billion in the next 5 years. That was huge by that measure. The only difference is when the model gave them results, they would take those results, still go in the field, look at those properties, create some insights, and then come back and do what they used to do. But as time progressed, the models started giving good results. They didn't think it was good enough to pursue physical, or they didn't think there was a physical backing needed for the results. So what happened is the model gave them a huge number of proposals for purchase. They put a lot of money in buying those properties, but they never got sold. And the reason is the AI model was not able to smell the property. You don't know if there were 30 cats living in that house. The model was not able to tell if the neighbor was running a junkyard near the house. The model knows there is a highway near the house, but the model doesn't know how noisy it is in the night. So all these factors combined, the company went south. It went bankrupt. It was in $500 million debt, and basically that didn't go well. Now, what I'm trying to compare that to is our approach nowadays to agentic AIs. 6-8 months back, anything that ChatGPT or Gemini threw at you, you would take that and do a research of your own. Fast forward to today, you take whatever is given by them, and then you assume that is the truth. To the extent that I can see in the industry now, that you give your artifacts to Gemini or ChatGPT and ask them to proofread it for you. So they are vetting your deliverables instead of you doing it for them. So there's a whole mindset change, and all this means that we should start thinking about the quality of data that is being used to train these models, and always keep this in mind that real world data is messy. It's not structured. It's not annotated. There are anomalies, and we should not develop an algorithm that ends up overpaying for our objectives. The final thing that the final pillar that I want to talk about is the applied intelligence or applied AI. So we talked about HPC. I talked about HPC. I talked about data science. You need a glue to keep this together. So I see applied AI as a discipline of constraints. So you have all this output that your models are trained on from the resources you have from HPC. Then you have raw data that goes into it to produce those results. But unless you have quantize, unless you have a filter to apply this intelligence in real world, it makes no sense. So as an example, in my field of work, we do use HPC for training, I wouldn't say models, but for gaining intelligence. And the data we use is from real world radio spectrum. But if I just relied on the compute, or if I just relied on the data that is out there, I don't think I'll be able to produce anything significant and make an impact for the consumer world. What really made a difference here is take all this and then apply the intelligence in such a way that I can run this on a smartphone chip without melting down the chip. I should be able to apply this intelligence to the signal so that it can bounce through the atmosphere and get to the satellite. So, because we are trying to connect between a smartphone and 36,000 kilometers of space to reach the satellite. So unless you can apply all this intelligence, all the data, all the compute to a field use case of this sort, it doesn't really gain you anything. And if you have a mindset where you're thinking of the field usage, if you're thinking of the applicability of intelligence, then you're also forced to think of utility. So you're thinking of, for example, 99% success in lab and 1% failure in the field is not acceptable. So the thinking starts going in that direction, that you need to have, you need to focus on having something that is, so you can generate super intelligent models, but you need to remember that they will run on a toaster. Then you need to think of the data that is being used by this is probably 20% wrong. So how do I bring all these things together but still make a credible and reliable decision? So that comes to us. So reliability on those things requires a lot of effort from our side. Finally, I think I would like to conclude by saying that the future of next gen intelligence, it's not just having these three pillars and which of these pillars really stands straight, which is the tallest one. It's how you bring these things together, how they fuse together, and they fuse together so tightly and seamlessly that you don't see where science ends and where engineering begins. With that, I'll conclude my talk. Thanks again for this opportunity, and best of luck for the other talks. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for officially inaugurating this program and sharing your valuable information with us. Thank you, sir.
Next, we have with us our management representative, Mr. Kurian Thomas, who is the manager of Tockage Public School Society. Mr. Kurian Thomas is an electronics and telecommunication engineer with an MTech in digital electronics and MBA in international marketing. He has over 20 years of experience in the field of telecommunication, embedded systems, and software development. He is currently the director of Extent Technologies Private Limited, which manufactures and supplies telecommunication products in India, Middle East, and Southeast Asian markets. I welcome Kurian Thomas sir to address the gathering and share a few words.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, Principal, Dr. Preeti Tiketh, Head of the Department Computer Science, Dr. Srila Sridhar, distinguished resource persons, dear faculty colleagues, and participants. It gives me great pleasure to offer my felicitation on the inauguration of the 6-day online faculty development program on next-gen intelligence, high-performance computing, applied AI, and data science. We are at a defining moment in technology evolution. Artificial intelligence, powered by massive computation capabilities and vast amount of data, is reshaping every discipline, from engineering and healthcare to business and governance. As educators, it is essential that we understand these shifts not merely as technological trends, but as fundamental transformations that will shape the career and lives of our students in the years to come. This FDP has been thoughtfully designed to give us a comprehensive understanding of the next generation intelligence, how high-performance computing drives modern AI, how data science informs decision making, and how emerging AI methods are opening new possibilities in research and industry. The sessions curated for the coming days covers a broad spectrum of cutting-edge topics, ensuring that we not only learn new concepts, but also gain insights into practical applications and real-world impact. Faculty development programs like this play a crucial role in keeping academia aligned with global advancements. When faculty stays updated, institutions remain relevant, and students receive the exposure they deserve to compete in a rapidly advancing world. I truly believe that initiatives like these empower educators to innovate, collaborate, and inspire the next generation of engineers and technologists. I take this opportunity to appreciate the organization team for their vision, dedication, and meticulous planning. My heartfelt thanks also goes to the expert speakers who will be sharing their knowledge and experience. As we begin this journey of 6 days, I'm confident that the discussions and insights we gain will enrich our teaching, spark new ideas, and open pathways to meaningful research and innovation. I wish the program a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for blessing this event with your presence and valuable message and constantly motivating us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now I invite Professor Dr. Preeti Teketh, Principal, Tokas Institute of Science and Technology, to felicitate the gathering with your words of encouragement.
Esteemed Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, Director, Network Designing and Planning, Skylo, Finland. Our Manager, Mr. Kurian Thomas, sir. Distinguished experts from academia and industry, national and international participants, HOD Dr. Srila Sridhar, and the coordinators and co-coordinators of the FDP. A warm good evening to all of you. I'm happy that the Department of CSE TIST is organizing this 6-day adult-sponsored FDP on next-gen intelligence, HPC, applied AI and data science. Happy to learn that there are nearly 300 participants and 13 informative sessions are being delivered by eminent experts from industry and academia. I'm sure that this FDP will probe into the hidden challenges in the area of HPC, applied AI and data science. This will pave way for fruitful industry-academia collaborations and will ignite the minds of young researchers, and I wish the event the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your motivating words and blessings. To express our gratitude, I invite Dr. Sajid PJ, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to everyone present here. On behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Tokas Institute of Science and Technology, it's my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the inaugural ceremony of our 6-day adult-sponsored online faculty development program, scheduled from 6th to 13th December 2025. First and foremost, we express our sincere gratitude to AICTE ATAL for selecting our institute to conduct this 6-day FDP. We are deeply honored by the presence of Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan, Director, Network Design and Planning, Satellite Connectivity, Skylo, Finland, who inaugurated today's program. Sir, we are truly grateful for your time and for adding significance to this event with your inspiring words. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the manager of the Tokas Public School Society for his continuous encouragement and support. We also express our sincere thanks to all members of the management for their valuable guidance in all our institutional endeavors. A special thanks to our principal, Professor Dr. Preeti Teketh, for her constant motivation, academic leadership, and unwavering support in ensuring the smooth organization of this FDP. We are grateful to the distinguished resource persons from academia and industry, both national and international, who will be leading the technical sessions over the next 6 evenings. Thank you for your expertise, dedication, and willingness to contribute to this academic initiative. A sincere word of appreciation goes to our HOD CSE and the coordinator of this FDP, Dr. Srila Sridhar, for her meticulous planning and tireless effort in bringing this program a success. I also extend my thanks to the coordinator and assistant HOD, Ms. Elizabeth Jacob, for her valuable support throughout the coordination process. My thanks also go to the heads of various departments for their cooperation and encouragement. A warm note of appreciation to all the faculty members and technical staff of the CSE department, administrative staff, and other members of our Talkage family for their wholehearted support and for ensuring smooth arrangements for this event. Finally, a big thank you to all the participants across the country who have joined us for this FDP. Your enthusiasm and active engagement make programs like this truly meaningful. We look forward to your continued participation in the upcoming sessions. Once again, my sincere thanks to each one of you for being a part of this inaugural ceremony. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. With that, we have come to the end of this integration ceremony. Thank you all for joining us and making this event a memorable one. We look forward to your active participation throughout the FTP sessions on this coming days. And thank you to our chief guest, Mr. Anand Radhakrishnan. And our next session will be starting very soon, requesting all the participants to stay in the chat, stay in the Google Meet itself. Thank you, Kurian sir, and thank you, Preeti ma'am, for joining us. Respected participants, our first session for today will be Introduction to Supercomputing and AI, which will be handled by Mr. Praveen M. Vijayan, Solution Architect from IBM Kochi. The session will be starting soon. Please stay in the meet itself.